Hello and welcome to the HHW Show podcast. It is the hard hitting wrestling show with Hector V and myself, Obi-Wan. Frank could not join us tonight, but we're hopeful that he will be with us next week when we make our predictions for the Money in the Bank Premium Live event that it's scheduled for next Saturday in Canada. And my gosh, all these events happening. And hey, the Y6. We have Braun Strowman running around, the new tag team champions, and new rivalries going on. I mean, look, the match cards you would think will be set up for the premium live event for next Saturday, but man, we got Smackdown and we got Raw. Raw already got a title match going on, and
We got a new we got a new addition to SmackDown.
Absolutely. So we got that and all. And Hector, man, the new edition of SmackDown. Explain to me more, man. Come on.
Look, man, the Solo Sikoa seems to have a plan that's taking SmackDown by storm. He's elevating the bloodline to a whole different level than what we've seen before. We knew it was dominant before with the members that the faction had, but this time, this is literally the group that you can say that you let the inmates run the asylum. This new bloodline is just off the charts, and it's probably going to be the hardest faction to control as of late. They may not be the. I mean, I know we got the Wyatt Six, but we haven't really seen much of them. We've seen what the bloodline is doing, and they just wreaking havoc on SmackDown.
Wait. I don't know who do I side with. Do I side with the YS6 or am I the bloodline? Like the YS6 are a bunch of psychos. I mean, they cause a lot of chaos and they get you when you don't see them coming. But with the bloodline, they're in front of you, but it's almost like every week they recruit somebody else. It's almost they took the playbook out of Roman Reigns.
I don't think it's even going to end here. I think there's more to come. Solo is sending a message that he can do this bigger and better than Roman Reigns. That's what he's saying. That's not what I'm saying, but he's showing us that that's what he can do.
There's a problem there. There's a problem. There's a problem in the bloodline already.
It just shows, I mean, to me, with him having so many members like this, it shows that he cannot do it on his own like Roman Reigns has done.
Well,
you see what I'm saying?
He has not done anything on his own. Remember that after he had fought and defeated John Cena, okay, he's on a losing streak.
Yeah.
So how he got back into the winning side of the house, he's never done it alone.
Right. And
the fact that there's a match card waiting to happen for Money in the Bank. We're going to preview that later on. But Jacob Fatu is the new member of the bloodline. But sadly to say that the family lost a loved one this week. Okay. The 1/2 member of the Wild Samoans passed away sometime this week. I'm not even sure when was the actual day. Hold on for a second. It was the 25th, which was 2 days ago. Sika, who is Roman Reigns' father, passed away this week. And as much as we are celebrating how the bloodline is in the WWE for all the success, it's just sadly to say that Saku lost his life. And, my condolence to the family, friends, and all the fans and everything. Because we talked about it a week ago on our show for the Father's Day message and stuff like that, and then like this one, I don't know. I'm not even related to the family or nothing, but if I felt like I got stung with the news.
Well, because we grew up as kids watching the Wild Samoans, win tag team go into WWF, okay, and how that legacy, somewhat had a beginning with them part of that. They weren't the beginning, but they were part of the beginning. And, how we seen them just wreak havoc, the manager that they had with Captain Lou Albano.
Oh, man, one of my favorite managers.
Yeah. So they were successful as a tag team. They were one of the most, if not the most dangerous tag team there. I mean, out of all the tag teams that we grew up seeing, they were the most ruthless and with the aggression that they brought into that ring. You know what I'm
I
saying?
think they were the third best. And the reason why I say that because number one, ruthless ones were the Road Warriors / the Legion of Doom. The second to me will always be the Demolition.
Okay, I could see that,
Right.
but if, let's say you put the Legion of Doom and the Wild Samoans both in their primes going at each
The
other.
Road Warriors will win. I'm
Ah,
sorry. I'm
it will
sorry.
be
And the thing
it
is
will be
that
tough. It will be tough.
it'll be a tough match. Don't get me wrong, but I'm talking about I've already seen the Road Warriors and AWA, NWA, different wrestling promote. They fight anyone, any country, and stuff like that. So it's like Wild Samoans, I've never seen them outside the WWF. They
Right.
probably did have matches. I don't know. I've never seen it, but the Road Warriors stood out the most. So when they were able to finally make it to the WWF / WWE, right? I was like, finally, we got some action going on. You know, we don't have the Demolition was never on their own, but I know we're going off topic here.
Yeah,
But
but
as the biggest heel
they
tag team, yes, the Wild Samoans should be one of the top, maybe actually the number one tag team as a heel.
I mean, honestly, the only person I seen manhandle them was Andre the Giant.
Oh
That was,
well,
but that's what I'm saying. Because so you put anybody else in the ring with them,
yeah,
they knew how to handle their business as a family, as a Samoan family, and that dynasty that still continues to this day.
right,
All the great, you know, legacies and superstars that came from the past, and it somewhat started there, you know,
right,
and it's just it's a sad thing, you know. So I can see what you're
absolutely.
saying, where it does touch us as fans because we did witness them as
Talking
kids.
about legacy that you're talking about, that leads us to our next topic here, as the legacy of Damian Priest so far as the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. Now, Seth Rollins stepped up in the play and really confronted Damian Priest about he up won him by challenging him for a match at Money in the Bank.
Mhm.
Okay. Here he is. There's a picture of him side by side talking about the next stipulation. He was going to one up him. And that is if Damian Priest wins, Seth Rollins can no longer chase the heavyweight championship belt as long as Damian Priest is still champion. However, should Damian Priest lose, he has to leave the Judgment Day, okay, and see if he could fill in the shoes like Seth Rollins. What a stipulation that is.
I look at that stipulation and I'm listening to the details of it. When you are being specific, like they are doing, in my personal opinion, it's almost easy to tell who's going to win because when you listen to stipulations, you have to listen closely to what they are saying.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And even after this, Gunther comes out and makes his presence known. He has to throw his 2 cents into it. See? And he had nothing bad to say, but
No,
he sent a
there's
message. He sent a
there's
warning.
nothing really bad to say except you're sitting back and you're waiting for the winner.
Right.
Now, Damian Priest could have just not give in. And that's the problem with Damian Priest is that when you confront him, he's a yes man to everything. And it's not yes man to please everybody. It's almost like, oh, you are testing my ego. You're testing that I can do what? Oh, I'm going to go after it. And that is a problem because why not have everyone earn their right to be the number one contender for the heavyweight championship? Why are you trying to be this fighting champion? I just don't understand, especially that so far all these championships, he's always had assistants, and there are times they're being assist without wanting. He didn't want the assist. Like he didn't ask for CM Punk. CM Punk did something because he had a different agenda,
Yeah.
right? And it seems like everything that happens is always in favor for Priest, and Priest is not even known what is going on. Almost similar to Drew McIntyre trying to get his way back to the title shot.
Yeah, this is a weird way of seeing somebody be champion, going out there. And I mean, I commend him for taking that step and saying, look, I'll fight you. I'm not afraid. But you're right. It's kind of like that unassisted victory here. He's like, all of a sudden you're playing dun-dun-dun, like you don't know what's going on. He's that weird champion that's getting away with victories that he shouldn't be getting away with. But it seems to be working. It seems to be working, and this is not going to make him last as champion for long. I know that for a fact.
I told you, and I told you last week or the week before. Or not, we could check the tapes or the tapes. We already got tapes. We could do the streaming service here, right? And I told you they brought in Seth Rollins for a reason. He could have waited out for SummerSlam. Someone called an audible. Seth Rollins is your new champion after Money in the Bank. Here's why. What moneymaker will you have? Would you have Seth Rollins versus Gunther or Damian Priest versus Gunther?
I put Damian Priest against Gunther.
I'm sorry, I have to disagree with you.
I respect that. I respect that. I just see the fact that he said that if I lose, I cannot get a title shot as long as you are champion.
Right.
Okay. So he beats him. Gunther goes after him at SummerSlam, takes the title. Now he inserts himself back into that title mix and go after Gunther. But something tells me there's going to be an outside audible, and he's going to get that unassisted victory, and it could be from that Wyatt 6. It could be. Seth Rollins is not walking away at the Money in the Bank with that title.
It's not Wyatt 6, man. I'm sorry.
It's not going to be Judgment Day.
Yes, it will.
It's not going to be Judgment Day.
Yes, it will.
It ain't going to be them that's going to help
him.
It
will, because that's another angle as to why Damian Priest has to separate himself from Judgment Day. He is going to lose his mind because he's always saying, I could do it myself. He wants to win. You know what? I do feel for him because he does want to win on his own. Yes, he should have lost to Drew McIntyre. Absolutely. He was manhandled. Okay.
I just feel that it's going to be the Judgment Day. It's going to cost him the title at SummerSlam.
Nah, I'm sorry. Gunther is going to win outright at SummerSlam. Gunther is your next WWE World Heavyweight Champion at SummerSlam.
Right.
The problem is, and this is what gets interesting, we don't even know who's going to be the Money in the Bank winner.
Right.
Right. My guess is Jey Uso, but I got a feeling we might see a replay of Daniel Bryan's act. When Daniel Bryan beat John Cena at SummerSlam, right? Triple H was against it, turned on him, and brought in Randy Orton to cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase and won the world title, which by then the storyline grew all the way to WrestleMania, to the point where the Yes Movement happened and everything else. Could it be Gunther falls victim on the whole thing, that everything was geared to him to be the victim towards the Money in the Bank winner at SummerSlam? There's a lot that I'm saying, I know. And to top it off, to support mine, we've already had 2 long waits of the Money in the Bank briefcase. Something's going to happen very shortly. Something might happen within the month, because it's next month. The following month is SummerSlam. Something's got to happen. Something juicy is going to happen.
That's the thing with all this, that all that you're saying, I'm hearing that this title is going to change hand after hand after hand, and I do not see this title being degraded this way to change hands so many times between now and SummerSlam.
Degraded. I'm not
I
going to say degraded. You know
no,
why?
you're talking about
Because
it changing hands.
at the end, whoever's the Money in the Bank winner, and let's say somebody does cash it in, right? At the end, somehow Gunther's going to take that title, and when he does, I mean, it can happen now. I'm just saying it's a prediction, it's a thought process, right? But when Gunther gets his hand on that title and the money and the briefcase is out of the way, there's going to be a longevity to where I'm going to say to myself, could it be? Could it be that Roman Reigns and Gunther will finally have that dream match? Or would the character change for Karrion Kross by December for him to go after the World Heavyweight Championship?
I don't see Karrion Kross even any situation with this title. Not with the New Day situation going on right now. I think we got to break the New Day up if that's what they're gearing towards first before he even thinks about that. But I just don't see how the way you making it sound to me is that this title is going to change hands at the Money in the Bank, then again at SummerSlam, and then whoever has the briefcase is going to hold that briefcase for a short period of time and cash in on most likely Gunther. I don't see all this happening, man. I really don't. If Gunther is champion by SummerSlam, whoever has that briefcase is best to hold it on for a long period of time, because if they try to cash in on him, it's going to be unsuccessful. And if that is Jey Uso, then it's just going to be another disappointing for the main event Jey Uso, because he already lost to Gunther not once, but twice. And it's like 3 times you're out. But you're right. I do agree that Damian Priest is not holding this title much longer. But to put it on Seth Rollins just to lose it to Gunther, I don't see that making any sense. To me, Seth Rollins is bigger than that, just to win it and then drop it. But Gunther deserves it, because why make him drop the Intercontinental title if you didn't have something bigger and better for him? Because the King of the Ring, to me, is not as big as being champion. It's a road to it, but it's not as big.
Do you think it's fair to say that maybe a triple threat match, so that way it protects Rollins and Damian Priest?
A triple threat with all 3 of them?
Yes.
It could be a possibility, but still, either way, Gunther to me comes out of that. He still comes out of that, and now he's got to watch his back with the briefcase if the briefcase goes on Raw. You see?
Absolutely.
But we don't know the full lineup yet, because we talking about Raw. It could be it could be a SmackDown participant that gets this, and then now we're focusing that briefcase on Cody Rhodes.
But that was my other process there, right? Because I also did tell you that if Jey Uso was to win, he could easily convert himself to SmackDown. Because if it stands out, should Roman Reigns return for SummerSlam, okay, it makes sense for Jey Uso to win it, get that rivalry going. You see what I'm saying? And then the fact that I feel like as though Roman Reigns doesn't need to win that title anymore. That's my opinion. He's already accomplished what no other person accomplished for that Universal Championship.
I mean, I agree.
I don't want to get ahead of myself right now, but I'm still going to stick to my guns with Jey Uso. But we're going to talk about Money in the Bank momentarily. But let's move on, because I know this is a hot topic and everything else. But bottom line is, the winner between Rollins and Priest, regardless of the stipulation, the winner faces Gunther at SummerSlam, and it's in Canada. And I tell you, what is the blockbuster scenario? Would you have Rollins versus Gunther or Priest versus Gunther? That is a question. We'll put it on our website. We'll put it on Twitter. You decide who should be it. We're moving on and sticking with the Judgment Day with Liv Morgan. Putting Liv Morgan and Judgment Day in the same sentence, I never thought I was going to do. But it seems like we might have a replacement. And the picture that you see here, Liv Morgan is attacking Zelina Vega, and Rey Mysterio is trying to separate them. But then Dum Dum here, who has no respect for his father, pushed him, and then he walked away. And for some reason, Liv Morgan has been the dictator. And that dictation of the fact that she already got two matches scheduled. Three, excuse me. Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio on Monday Night Raw. She's going to defend her title against Zelina Vega at Monday Night Raw. And last Monday, she got Judgment Day against the Awesome Truth for the Tag Team Championship. Call me crazy, man, but wow. For the short amount of time that she's interacting with the Judgment Day and she making that happen, are we changing heads and forgetting about Rhea Ripley?
I don't think we're going to forget about Rhea Ripley, but I think she's trying to prove a point to Rhea Ripley that she can do something that Ripley can't do. She's like, to me, making Judgment Day strong all over again. Now that they got the World Heavyweight title, now that they have the tag team titles, she inserts herself as the women's champion. All now she needs to do is try to move the pieces in the correct position to go after Sami Zayn in that Intercontinental title to make it so that she is better at a leadership position than Rhea Ripley is, and making Judgment Day strong all over again.
That I see titles far stretch right now.
I get it, but you inserting yourself by you're the champion. Rhea Ripley was champion, right? Mm-hmm. The Judgment Day once had the tag team titles, then they lost it. Now they gained the heavyweight title. Now they regained the tag team titles. It's like she's putting everything together that was once lost with Judgment Day.
And Finn Balor always wanted that title back, but he always wanted it with Damian Priest. Mm-hmm. But he understood that he was the world champion. And it's a perfect combination. But let's put it this way. We were so much into Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan that I know you guys mentioned like Finn Balor is suspect because he had the key. Then all of a sudden, Damian Priest is going in the locker room and finds Liv Morgan leaving, and Finn Balor was by himself. Like, this is a big soap opera.
Yeah, you don't know who's doing who and what's doing what. But I think Finn Balor is helping move the pieces here for some crazy reason.
You think so, though? But
how's he a tag team champion all of a sudden? It's not all just Liv Morgan. He had to play some part.
But Liv Morgan always said she wants to take everything away from Rhea Ripley. Everything. That's from the very first when she had her revenge or her revenge story or whatever it is. She says she wants to take everything away from Rhea Ripley. She's succeeding.
Yeah, she's got Dominic wrapped around her finger. Okay, she's got Finn Balor wrapped around her finger because now she's got him the tag team titles. She's just got to find a way of convincing Damian Priest that she's the real deal. Okay. And he's going to be the tough one to prove. That's why you still got two guys, Dominic and Carlito. But Dominic is the one that she got wrapped around her finger. What if she tries to push him to get him something like the IC title? I mean, he was North American champion. Okay. So we know the success of Judgment Day. They had a lot of titles under their wing. She's rebuilding that, maybe just to tear it all apart, but I don't know.
I find it very intriguing on how she is handling her business. And again, like, let me put up this picture real quick because this was her beforehand. This is her afterwards. And that look is like that Finn Balor look is like a surprise. Like, why are you between us? Like, thank you for making this happen. Now we got the tag team titles back, but you're between us. Surprising. But then at the aftermath is, well, she's cool in my book because she gave me what I wanted. Right. And Rhea Ripley didn't do it for me.
Mm.
It's crazy.
I think
It is crazy.
Finn Balor is plotting her. I think she's helping him plot something. And I think the tag team titles are just the beginning of it.
Well,
It's just this is
it's crazy. It's crazy. I got it. So my question to you is: we are now believing that Damian Priest is leaving Judgment Day. We're believing that that could happen. But let's go back because the stipulation. Well, I'll go back to what you think is right. You believe that Damian Priest is going to win. And if Judgment Day helps, is more of a sign is we don't want you to leave.
it could be Liv Morgan that helps him. If it's not going to be if it ain't going to be the Wyatt
like
Six, it could be Liv Morgan that's going to try to prove herself to him by helping
and that
him
will
regain
bring back
title.
and that will bring back Becky Lynch to the picture if
Right.
that was to happen.
Right.
Golly, there's so many angles to this story. I love it. I love it. I love it. Speaking about stories, let's talk about Money in the Bank, shall we?
Sure.
Yeah. We're going to talk about the Money in the Bank. Here it is. As we discussed, as official, Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins with the stipulation. Who you think is going to win? Next week, we will talk about our predictions. Stay tuned for that. Well, not stay tuned. Just subscribe to our channel and don't wait too long because next week at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're definitely going to hook you up and see if either myself, Hector, or Frank will who's right, who's wrong. I know Hector won the last premium, but I'm due for a win. I am due for a win. Absolutely. Another match that's been scheduled was Braun Breaker versus Sami Zayn for the Intercontinental Championship. I'm loving this. I really am. However, it'll been pretty cool. Well, you know what? I would have wanted a fatal four-way to put Sheamus and Ludwig Kaiser in there. That would have been awesome. But instead, we got these two. Sami Zayn wanted it. They got it. Everything's been approved. So there you go. Pretty interesting. Too early for Braun Breaker to be having a IC title. To me, that's my opinion.
Technically, he's on a losing streak because everybody keep interfering.
Yeah. And then we got the Money in the Bank. So we got 4 superstars in there. And we got Chad Gable. Surprisingly, he ends up winning his qualifying match. Jey Uso. We got Andrade. And we got Carmelo Hayes. Who do you think is the next 2 superstars to fill in those shoes?
I will have to look on the SmackDown roster, man. Honestly, we ain't got no.
There ain't no extra smack. We got 2 SmackDowns already, right? Andrade and Carmelo Hayes.
Okay, and then we got 2 Raw.
So I think because the SmackDown roster is smaller, I don't know. I don't think anybody else is there another match. I don't know. So I'm looking at my notes.
I would just think, I would just think you'll make it even 3-3 to make the field even here.
You think so?
I don't see LA Knight because he's gonna have to. He's dealing with the United States Championship on that side. I mean, you could put a Randy Orton in there just to make things interesting.
No, because they already got a match. That's a match already happening with the 6-man tag. That's already official.
Just never know. We've seen stranger things happen before.
I don't know. What about
because if you insert 2 more
Braun
Raw,
Strowman,
he's on Raw.
So what?
Then all you're telling me is that we fill the 2 slots with Raw. Raw automatically wins the briefcase.
Braun Strowman.
He's Raw. That's what I'm saying. I mean, we have to look at it as somewhere.
It's 2-2 already. So you add Braun Strowman to Raw.
Okay.
You pick someone from SmackDown.
I don't know. That one is tough to say, but I mean, you got to fill a spot. You have to fill the spot. Because if you don't, and you give it to Raw, you're just telling everybody that Raw is automatically going to win because Carmelo's not going to win and Andrade's not going to win. I'm just saying. Carmelo already had his chance at the heavyweight title. He lost. He's not going to walk around with that briefcase. It doesn't make sense to me. And until you can show me who the other two are, Jey Uso is probably the favorite. This looks like it's going to be a high-flying type of briefcase match. We don't have no strength. We ain't got no power. We ain't got no size so far.
Well, we definitely don't got Ricochet up in here.
No,
I'll tell you that. Nope.
No, he's got a new job repairing windshields for a safe flight. A safe flight. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Oh man, who else?
I mean, because you're right. Raw got the heavy hitters. They got all the big players on there. You know, so it's like, who can you? You're right. I mean, SmackDown is thinned out, but you still got to give them a fighting chance.
Okay, I take it back. I take it back. All right, I know who's matching up. Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, and what's his name? Ilja Dragunov. That is a triple threat qualifying match for Monday Night Raw. So I'm gonna say Ilja Dragunov is going to clinch his way to one of those slots.
Right. I think he'll fit great in there.
CM Punk is coming back on Raw to interfere with Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre, I never thought he was going to get in there anyway. He's not qualifying for this. As long as CM Punk is
he's in for the match.
But CM Punk, as long as CM Punk is still breathing the air into his lungs, McIntyre is not going to be successful in anything in life. No. If he tries to get remarried or rededicate his marriage, he'll interfere there. Okay. I'm just sorry. I mean, if he tries to take a number 2 in the toilet, it might get intercepted. I'm just saying.
That's pretty gross.
It's just that McIntyre's life is miserable right now, and he's causing
Welcome back, Frank.
I try to be back.
Yeah. So our discussion was, I'm going to say Ilja Dragunov is going to be the next person to clinch on Raw. However, is there any other superstar on SmackDown do you think will make the cut for the Money in the Bank briefcase?
Probably someone from the bloodline.
They already got their hands full right now with the 6-man tag. I doubt any of them is going to make it in there. That's just my opinion.
I don't know,
I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
Bloodline has a lot of push, so them having push and stuff like that, kind of they actually think that they should have somebody. I mean, I wouldn't see why not.
I got one more to tell y'all. How about AJ Styles?
I don't feel that one.
I don't see that one. But if we're going to give second chance matches to qualify, I mean,
I can see that. They've done it before many times.
Okay, then Grayson Waller was part of it when Carmelo Hayes won.
True.
What if he gets it? I know he's tag team champion, but you still need a SmackDown representative.
Watch this. Notice these tag team champions that have been involved have not won on both men and women. Crazy. Crazy. More to follow on this. More to follow. Let's go ahead and talk about the women's side of the house. We have Io Sky. Chelsea Green is a big surprise for me. Wasn't it Lyra Valkyria? Oh my God, she is probably the fastest rising star right there. So here's my thing on that. If she's there, you got to put Tiffany Stratton in the ladder match.
Yeah,
I can see that. I can see that.
I can see that one too. I could actually see her winning it.
Who, Tiffany? I did, but then I held myself because actually, you know what? I think she is a favorite. If I'm picking Jey Uso to win, that'll be one side of Raw, right? Picks a winner from SmackDown. Tiffany Stratton. And the thing is, this is the crazy part, because Nia Jax has a match at SummerSlam for the World Championship against Bailey.
Right.
But if Tiffany Stratton wins, don't that kind of mess things up between her and Nia Jax?
Only if Nia Jax wins.
But Nia Jax is already in assumption she's going to win anyway. You know what I mean?
Okay, so then that leaves Valkyria, because she lost to Nia Jax in the finals for the Queen of the Ring.
I don't know. This is a lot. This is a lot going on here.
You got to think Bianca's going to get a second chance match. You have to
why
think,
we're going to give a second chance match?
because they already said they
lost.
Yeah. There's always a second chance match for the last slot,
because it helps people like Chelsea Green get in there the first time around.
Mm-hmm.
So
you think Chelsea Green is material enough to win a Money in the Bank briefcase?
No,
absolutely not.
She's just a spot filler. That's all she is.
Exactly. Unless you change the character and be more ruthless, then I could see something like that. But nah, absolutely not.
No, she ain't gonna be no Carmella. No.
Oh man, Carmella.
There's no way that's happening.
Yeah, have you looked at her lately?
No.
So on Instagram, she got a picture. I think she's
love me some Carmella.
Really, dude. Me no like Carmella. But man, she got no marks, no nothing, bro. I'm like, yo, did you have a baby already? Like, I know she did, but I'm like, damn, I don't see like no evidence.
He wants evidence.
Yo, it's like, man, I guess when you have a lot of money, you can handle those business.
Mm-hmm.
Man, make it seem like you never gave birth.
Money talks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Corey liking it.
There you go. There you go.
Well, I mean, you just a little while ago, you was talking about holding yourself with Tiffany. I mean, I just don't know what to take out of that. Just leaving it alone.
I don't know. I kind of guess myself on Tiffany when you take out all that makeup. I'm just saying.
She goes from Tiffany to Tyrannosaurus. It's T-Rex time. T-Rex time.
Oh, there was an article about her being away from her boyfriend, Ludwig, man. I'm like, yeah, sure. Man, long distance relationship, that's another story, another topic.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. So but anyways, Frank, I know you about to leave talking about you got a debate going on for your show. Talk to us about the Speaking of Real, man. What's the debate about?
It's presidential debate. We're gonna go comment on it live.
I wish I was on your show because check this out. You know that Justin Timberlake got arrested, right? For DWI?
Yeah, I heard about that.
So there's an article in New York Post about the police officer that arrested him. And I know we're talking about the topic here. This is a wrestling show. But this cop has only been in the force for less than a year. And like the people hate this guy because he's strictly the book type of dude. And there's other celebrities that chime in how Justin Timberlake is a good guy and everything else. I'm like, do you understand that this guy was driving drunk and he could have killed somebody if he needed to?
I mean, look,
he blew a
.24
or something. That's way over the limit. So don't tell me that we're defending his actions, knowing that everywhere else, if it was me, I'll be arrested.
You'll be buried under jail.
Yeah. And it was in the Hamptons.
We're gonna have our 100. We're actually gonna have our 100th episode in 2 weeks. So we're right now, we did show 98.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks, we're going to have show 100. So we're going to bring you
So this
on.
is so tonight's 99.
Tonight's 99.
No, no, because we're trying some different things there.
So
Actually,
your
Carlos
stats
has
is
his
just
own
like
chat.
our show, right? Your data
Well,
is just like our show. I got you.
absolutely. Well, no, because Carlos has his own channel. Carlos has his own channel now.
So you don't know what math to make. I got you.
You
I
know
got
what, man?
you. You know what stats is
Look,
real?
Look,
Now I'm gonna tell you right now. In 2 weeks, our show will hit 5 exact years.
that's
The
some good stuff.
HW show in 2 weeks will celebrate 5 years, and that is pretty awesome to do it with my brothers.
Yes,
So
amen to
thank
that.
you guys.
Absolutely.
Frank's just telling us that he has 99
Hey, I gotta
prime,
run.
and Justin Timberlake ain't one.
Check this out, man. We'll be right back with our takeaway, man. Hey, I'm gonna preview your show right now. All right. I'll see you on the other
I
side.
gotta set it up, but I'll get you guys later. All right.
Coming to you live from Clearwater, Florida. It's Speaking It Real. Here's your hosts, Frank Cuesta and Carlos Contreras.
I know this is the HHW Show podcast presented by CMG Sports, and you know that's our boy. We support him. He had his own podcast. Please follow him on YouTube, Facebook, on Twitter. It's Speaking It Real. Dude, these topics that they come up with is so real. Sometimes you just never think about those type of stuff, and it gets your mindset going, right? It's just that vision that we never thought of, and they just cover everything.
Look, Frank has me guessing sometimes. How is he so knowledgeable on his show about what he talks about, but can't add up any kind of numbers on our show? I don't understand it. I just don't get it.
I don't get it either, man. He don't even know how many episodes. Well, he got an account, and then he got an account. Sound like Oprah. And then you got an account. But you know who? Let's convert that account to accountability here, right? And it's no other than these two heroes, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Now, Drew McIntyre said he quit. And sometimes when you're upset and you're frustrated and you let your emotions interfere with your mind and everything else, you say a lot of crazy stuff.
No.
Excuse me. So, with that said, he goes on to SmackDown. As I told you last week, that was what he was going to do. He's going to go on SmackDown, knowing that CM Punk was going to make his presence in Chicago. And he did make his presence. He whipped his ass outside the arena, dragged his body in the middle, dropped him at the steps there to get into the ring. And he made it known. He's frustrated. He's done. What I didn't like is that he pushed the general manager from SmackDown, Aldis, right? And I thought, man, well, them two go to blow. That would have been pretty interesting. However, I'm just curious to know, will there be any repercussions for Drew McIntyre from the corporate, from the WWE officials? Will they take action, or will CM Punk take action himself?
I think that if corporate would be wise, they just leave it alone and let CM Punk try to figure out how to take care of the situation, because we've seen it so many times in the past with CM Punk, you know, how he did things, how he ran things. Yeah, okay, he's saying he's a different person now, he's changed, but it seems like, to me personally, his past is catching up to him and is haunting him in the sense of Drew McIntyre. Now, I don't agree with the way Drew McIntyre is doing things, but if this is the way to get to CM Punk, it's a form of way of doing it that no one else been able to do it, then so be it. He's taking it personal. I mean, he brought his wife and his dog into this situation. I thought it was funny. He brought his dog into it. But how many times have CM Punk done this before? You know, with the likes of so many superstars. You know, he's always bringing personal things up with superstars, and even, you know, everybody in the back. I mean, to me, he's just getting a taste of his own medication, and I'm okay with it. I mean, I'm not downing the guy, you know, but dude, you're at a time of era in wrestling where it's not what it used to be 10, 15 years ago. You can't do what you did 10, 15 years ago and expect it to be get the same results. You're going to get different results. You got different superstars. You got, and so the way these superstars are going to approach it is going to be different the way than the superstars of the past did it. Okay. And so Drew McIntyre is taking it a whole different approach. Maybe he did his homework and saw what the other superstars didn't do to allow CM Punk always get the upper hand. So now he's like, maybe he's doing it differently. I mean, he took that blow, you know, busted him up and took that bracelet. And so I don't wish anything bad on CM.
I think that there's going to be an unsanctioned match between these two, but it's going to happen at SummerSlam.
Right.
Okay. I'm going to change directions here with you. I'm going to counter you on this one. Whatever attitude or whatever it is that was to blame by Drew McIntyre accusing him or whatever happened in the past, that's the past. And that's the problem. Why are we so focused on the past when your eyes are in front of your face? It's for you to look forward, not talk about what happened in the past. That is the problem with Drew McIntyre. And I'm going to tell you, Ron, this is our takeaway here in this segment, is that why are you so focused on what happened a long time ago where action is happening right in front of you? And for this action alone, Drew McIntyre, every time he makes an appearance in WWE, he's always got to say something about CM Punk. When he's on social media, it's always about CM Punk. When are you going to be quiet? Why are you talking smack about a man that's already down? He has not even in your picture. He's not even in your sight. And yet you still bragging about what you did to him at the Royal Rumble. Who cares? His ego. Okay, let's talk about the behaviors of Drew McIntyre. Always talking about the past, always talking about the bloodline, always talking about what Roman Reigns did, why he can't win championships, always blaming on others. And every superstar that stepped up to Drew McIntyre told him in his face, look at yourself in the mirror. That's who you need to be blaming. When he had his shot at the world title, yes, he won. He beat Seth Rollins, even though Seth Rollins was not at 100%. But Seth Rollins accepted it. Everyone accepted it. It is what it is. But if you win the title and you celebrate with your wife, why couldn't you not stop right there or even flash that CM Punk and say, hey, I told you so. Look at me. I won the world title, and then let it be. He did it. He got it in his face. What would you do if somebody got it in your face? Honestly, I know you, Hector.
Yeah,
you won't let nobody get in your face.
But I am a changed person from those times. And so, you know, I will have to approach it in a different way depending on what the situation is calling for. You see, if you're just blapping off at the mouth, I'm just going to turn around and walk away. Okay. It's one thing if you're just running your mouth, but if now you're putting my life in danger, then I have to do what I have to do to protect myself. You know what I'm saying? Whether I'm a changed man or not, but I am a changed person. So, you know, if you're just running your mouth, it doesn't mean nothing to me. It's just words to me. You're not showing any threat to me.
The threat to me is if you're getting in my face and don't respect my boundaries, that is a violation.
And you're absolutely right.
What Drew McIntyre did is CM Punk at WrestleMania. You violated that rule. You could have just kept your distance, but he really got close to CM Punk. CM Punk had to do what he had to do.
But he could have walked away and be the bigger man, the more mature CM Punk. All we saw was the same old CM Punk from years ago when he got kicked out, when he left the WWE. We're not seeing a different CM Punk. You see, we're seeing the same old, and in my mind, CM Punk is older, but he's not becoming wiser. He's still running off at the mouth, thinking that he's going to get the same results that he did with past superstars. It's not working in this generation. What you did in the other times doesn't work in today's era. I'm sorry. And CM and Drew McIntyre is showing him that. Whether Drew McIntyre's motives are correct or incorrect, it's catching up to CM Punk, and it is biting him in the butt. Okay.
Well, Drew McIntyre won this last battle. He won this battle. But the war is not over.
Oh, it's not. It's definitely not.
CM Punk will retaliate. And the thing is, if you know CM Punk, what you do to him, he's going to come at you twice as harder. And the thing is, what will CM Punk do? And I know exactly what he's going to do. Let's just say Drew McIntyre does win and clinches his way to the Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
Drew McIntyre is still going to talk shit about CM Punk. He needs to stop. And if he wins, right? And if he wins, he's going to go up to that ladder. CM Punk is going to wait for him on the very top, and he's going to kick him out, and he's going to fall out. Not only that he's going to fall, he ain't going to land on the mat. He's going to land on a ladder that's already stretched out, and it's game over for Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
Or CM Punk comes on Raw and just interferes with that match. Then we might have a match that's scheduled earlier, or it's going to be ready for SummerSlam, nice and toasty.
I think it'll sting more if he was to interfere during the Money in the Bank, because there's no disqualification. That will sting more to Drew McIntyre than not qualifying. Because again, you were so close, and then yet it was taken away from you by the person.
Ain't that always the story of Drew McIntyre anyway?
Look, I agree that Drew McIntyre is bringing this upon himself. He doesn't know when to stop. He has this obsession with CM Punk, okay? And you have to be careful with the type of person CM Punk is. But to me, CM Punk is not doing anything mature enough to try to stop this and end this. All he's doing is playing the same old CM Punk and continue to retaliate. And I'm telling you, at his old age, it's going to catch up to him, and he's not going to end up winning this battle. How many superstars have we seen get up there in age and still win battles? It catches up to everybody. Everybody. CM Punk is no different in this situation. And if it's not Drew, it's going to be the next young superstar that's going to take out CM Punk, because he doesn't know when to keep his mouth shut. CM Punk doesn't know when to stop retaliating and being the bigger man and try to resolve the issue in a different way. He doesn't know, to me, how to control the situation. He keeps adding fuel to the fire.
This is called the hot war. The Cold War between the United States and Russia, where it was all about the Benjamins who could spend more. This one's all about retaliation. I got you. So it's pretty hot right now. I love it.
Sounds like Nelly.
It's getting hot in here. No, man. Man.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I love this, man. I love this. You know what? There's a lot that we didn't cover yet. Like I said, there's just so many storylines. We talk about the New Day. We talk about King God just a little bit. Like, are they going to split up or what? The White Six, we didn't cover that much, but then again, they haven't done much. But
they send a DVD.
Chad Gable, he tried to change around, and he apologized, but the damage was already done.
You're right. You're absolutely right. The damage was done, but in my opinion, you still need to apologize.
Right.
Yeah. So I think he did his part.
But I gotta ask you something else though. The Creed brothers showed up with Ivy now all of a sudden. Is there something there, or they just were there at that appropriate time.
I just think there's a better fit for Chad Gable there. I think they're looking to get him to bring them in. It's a better
Second
fit.
chance.
It's a better fit. Yeah, I think that this is a redemption call for Chad Gable to make things right. You see, you're right. We mess up in the past, right? We have to own up to that. Okay. But we have to be able to apologize to move forward, whether they accept it, whether they, receive it. That's not for you to worry about. You have to do your part and apologize sincerely and move on. So if the next situation comes around, that's an opportunity, like what's happening, I think right now with the Creed brothers, then you have a chance to make things better. Okay, leave the past in the past and now move forward to the future and see what you could do better than what you didn't do before. I know what
So I'm a move on this. I'm gonna make a prediction right quick. Should the Creed brothers and Chad Gable unite and reform the Alpha Academy, I do see the Creed brothers becoming the tag team champions.
Yes, I do.
I do see them taking those titles away from Judgment Day.
I do.
Because you couldn't do it with Otis and who's the other guy?
The former 24/7 champion.
Oh my God, I just lost his name. Ichiro.
Ichiro was a baseball player.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. Are you serious? I'm gonna mess up his name. No, I can't do that. Akira. Tozawa. Yeah.
Mitsubishi.
Akira.
Mitsubishi.
Akira. Yeah. I say his damn name.
But see, the thing is, there was nothing.
24/7 champion. Yeah.
There was nothing.
He was not going to win and become a tag team champion.
No. I think he just needs to have a new identity with the Creed brothers.
Okay.
An identity that people can accept and could actually help him better himself. I mean, because he's not winning the Money in the Bank. I mean, he's still scared to death to why it's 6.
That's the thing. Don't you do things that you're already frightened and like sometimes when you're scared of something. How many times do you ever try something? You're nervous about something, right? But then later on you succeed.
Yeah. I mean, but but we have failed too at the same time, trying to do something that we've never done before.
Failed so many times. Could this be? That's what I'm saying. Could this be?
Yeah, but then you're inserting him into the heavyweight title picture. I just don't see that.
Well, you know what? I mean, LA Knight had a promo about him wanting to win the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then he said he was going to cash it on the United States champion Logan Paul. So, I mean, for him, he might be cashing in for the Intercontinental Championship. They always said that you could cash at any world title.
Yeah, we've never seen it, but I mean, it would be great if he was to do that. Yeah, then the Creed brothers become tag team champions.
I like it. I like it a lot. Yes. Next week, we will talk about our prediction on the Money in the Bank that's happening on July 6th, which is the weekend of the 4th of July here in the United States. We're celebrating our Independence Day.
That Thursday.
You know, it's a long weekend, baby. Long weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Oh, and man, the news about WWE moving over there to Indianapolis for Royal Rumble.
At McAfee Town.
SummerSlam. What else? The WrestleMania. Even though they're booked for WrestleMania already in Las Vegas, they also got SummerSlam booked for 2 nights next year. No,
yeah, I think it's
2 years. 2 years. Yeah. At what's that called? Minnesota. Yeah.
Hometown.
Ah, damn.
You get an F5 and you get an F5 and you get an F5.
Oh man, it's just so much. I appreciate everyone tuning in to the HHW show. We'll be back next week for our prediction. And yeah, man, there's just so much going on, man. I was like, these storylines just keep on and on, but we're definitely after the Money to Bank. I know I keep saying this, but I need this episode where we need to reintroduce our show and how we got here. Yeah. 5 years later down the road is a great topic. And there's other people we're gonna bring onto the show between now and then. So I'm excited and hopeful. Man, we've come a long ways, bud.
Yeah, we have. And God willing, we have more bigger and better things to come.
Absolutely. So stay tuned. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for listening to the Hard Hitting Wrestling Show.